Alright. Guys, what's up? Oh, you can start the introduction.
What's going on, guys? I think our first broadcast was maybe a couple days ago. Was it last night or something?
It was Friday night.
Friday night. And so far we've been broadcasting also, I think, with fighting games.
On my channel, we'll set up something officially for Deviantware tomorrow or today. Actually, I'm gonna do it.
Right. So we've been broadcasting almost nothing but fighting games. It's because it's one of my favorite genres.
If you couldn't tell that from the streams.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell that.
If any of you guys saw those streams, they're on the replay on my channel. You can find them.
Literally, I think I own 30 or 40 of them or something.
Well, look at you own fucking hitboxes too.
Right. To be direct, because I'm working on that, because I'm bad at that. To be direct, so fighting games have the deepest metagame, right? Like, you can really sort of sit there and you can break them down.
All right, well, before you get into that, explain to people know Deviantware. Let's break that real quick.
Right. I'm an indie game developer, hardcore gamer turned game developer. I went and learned how to code and learned how to do scripting and all that stuff. And in the indie world, you got to wear a lot of hats. So I recently put
many
on
hats.
We're
both wearing hats right now, as you can see. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I recently got into digital art and that type of stuff, and in animation, creating sprites and that type of thing. And so, long story short, I want to make video games.
Yeah. You do. Give us. That's for a brief synopsis. We can get to the Q&A.
Right. I want to make video games, and my guiding star is that I want to make games that I want to play. It wasn't just something where I was like, oh, what's a good career? It looks like video games makes lots of money.
Yeah, because in my opinion, this is just coming from me. I've told a lot of people this. I know a lot of motherfuckers. I know a lot of smart people, and I know a lot of funny people. Typically you don't get those two in combination. This man, though, however, is the smartest and funniest person I know. Should probably be off at an Ivy League school teaching physics somewhere. But instead he wants to make video games, which I always thought was really awesome of him. But
well, I love video games. I love memories. I love the memories I have of video games, and that's kind of what I give back.
And Deviantware is not a new thing either. I mean, it's been around in idea-wise at least for 10 years in our heads.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's a game. We can't talk about the title of it yet.
Right.
There's a fighting game in development, sort of has been in development for over 10 years, on paper at least.
Right.
That's not this game, but another fighting game that will revolutionize the genre when it's done.
I'll cross my fingers, yeah.
Well, I'm hyping it up now. I've known about what that was for years, but let's talk about Super Card Fighter.
No, so Super Card Fighter
in development right now.
Super Card Fighter, which is just a working title because Capcom.
I like the name though.
Big legacy type stuff.
I like the name.
So no. Capcom is a real big influence.
If you think, okay, let's explain what the game is first, then we'll ask the audience if they like the title of Super Card Fighter.
Right. Okay. It's a fighting game with depth but no execution layer. Okay, so
right. Already, yeah. You explain it. I'm sure.
And what I mean is that okay, I have a friend who loves Smash Brothers, and I have friends who love Street Fighter. Okay, and in both of them, let's say you have Ryu and you have Mario. Okay, and you have this baiting process, this sort of mind game you play. If you're playing with Mario, you might throw a fireball, and if your opponent jumps at you and jumps towards you, you hit him with that coin punch, right? And if you are playing Street Fighter, you might throw a fireball if you're Ryu, and then if your opponent jumps towards you, hit him with the Shoryuken, right? Now, that's like the same exact sort of bait and switch metagame process. But in Street Fighter, it usually uses 4 times as many inputs.
Yeah, Street Fighter is also Street Fighter and Smash Brothers are night and day.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what's so great about that. Yeah. That's what's so great about it is that they're very similar metagames because of the genre.
Right, but they're totally different in terms of Street Fighter is a hardcore fighting game, fighting game.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers is more casual, although it can be played as a hardcore fighting game professionally on the circuit. Is fighting game.
So I got the idea that that led me to believe that people understand the metagame, they understand sort of what to do, but the how to do it is sort of where they get hung up on.
The execution of the combos. I particularly suck at them, and most of the time.
And I consider myself to be pretty good. I'm not tournament level, but I can definitely do just frames and stuff like that. And
he plays the fucking hitbox. He plays most fighting games with that thing. So take that for what it is.
It's a more recent development. I love that thing, especially with Street Fighter 4. But that's off topic.
Yes.
So what I decided to do is that how do I sort of teach people how to think about fighting games? How do I teach them how to play fighting games? Without asking for them to sit down and learn a whole tutorial. So my idea was, like, I was talking with some friends and whatever, and I came up with the idea of sort of making it into a card game, that's round based, and you select your moves, and your moves are actually on cards. And there's a sort of a triangle system or rock paper scissors system, so that you can sort of
very rock paper scissors, I would think, would be triangle,
right?
The way to describe it, yeah.
And triangle system, that's sort of taken from DOA, so you don't have to say rock paper scissors so many times.
Yeah, yeah. Right. You have counters in there and stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
well, in DOA and in DOA and in Virtual Fighter, there are very similar systems where attacks beat throws.
Yeah.
Throws beat blocks. Yep. Blocks beat attacks.
Right.
Right. And that's how both of those games work.
I mean, the quick smash up before we get details here is basically it's recreating a fighting game in a card game.
Right.
A video game card.
So I made this paper prototype.
We have working rough.
Right. This is so freaking rough, but I made a paper prototype.
I'll let you hold it.
Okay. Right. So like this would be a throw card. I don't know if you can see that, but it has a T on it, and my handwriting is awful. And here's your basic defense card, right? And I also have attack cards in here, and here's your basic attack card, right? It has attack, and I color-coded them. So essentially, what this game would be, it would be something like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering, or meets Street Fighter, or something like that.
Actually, someone asked me the other day about it. I said, because someone asked me, was it like Mortal Kombat? And I'm like, no, think more like DOA, Street Fighter, like that genre of
meets
very Asian influence.
Right. So essentially, you'd have your deck, which would have cards and different cards with different properties, and it just wouldn't say attack. It would actually be something that's detailed.
Yeah, these are our little fake prototype mock-ups for just display, like to explain to the other dev team, like
and explain the UI and stuff. Yeah. But like this attack, it would say, if this card, if this is attack card, right, and if my opponent plays a throw card, I would win, and there would be specific effects, like if this attack lands, you get a +1 bonus speed on your next attack, or +1 bonus speed on your next action. Yeah. Very similar to how the frame game works in modern fighting games, except simplified, but not. It's simplified, but it's not destroyed. It teaches you how to play fighting games. Teaches you what this is safe, this is unsafe. You have advantage, you have disadvantage, and when Although I got a little, so it teaches you how to play fighting games. Right. So it teaches you how to play fighting games.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
So basically, you can use this to sort of supplement your skills in any fighting game to sort of sit and test it out. It teaches you the language of fighting games, and at the same time, it doesn't demand that you sit at a controller or at a hitbox for freaking 10 hours practicing just frames,
right? Learn how to do a 20-button combo that I can't execute ever. I love fighting games, but I suck at executing combos, which is why when you pitched this to me, almost probably a year ago, maybe? It was a long time ago. Yeah. And I was immediately on the concept of it. I'm like, yes, because I love fighting games, but I suck at execution of combos, and this is basically taking the same idea of recreating a fighting game, but in a card game, so that people like me that love the genre can recreate that experience. But let's explain how the rounds work.
Okay, so what it is that you'll have your hand and you have your deck, and then you pull out 5 cards at a time. So virtual cards, whatever. So you pull out 5 cards at a time, or 10 cards at a time. I'm sorry, and you play 5. So you would play. I would play 5, and then my opponent would play 5. Okay, and then they would be compared for their properties. So again, very much like a fighting game. So first property would be speed, because that's like the thing, that's like just like activation frames, initiation frames, and recovery frames.
Yeah.
Active frames. I'm sorry. First category would be speed, and then like high, mid, low, and then any special properties. Very similar to, let's say, any fighting game out right now, like Tekken.
Yeah, any modern fighting game.
Right, any modern fighting game.
Yeah.
So that would be listed on your card. So you would say, okay, well, even if I had if we had 2 attacks, right? If one of them dodges highs, well, then that particular attack would win against a high attack, that type of thing.
Yeah, because going off the triangle system.
Exactly. So that's essentially that was the idea, is to sort of create a tool that can be used to sort of teach people how to play fighting games.
Okay, let's explain though. Yeah. Okay. So each
Yeah,
round you draw 8 cards.
Right.
And then,
You put down the 5.
You
The
play
opponent
5.
puts down 5.
Yeah, you each play 5 cards. You can't see what 5 you're playing.
Right. Well, you can't see your opponent's
You can't
cards.
see your opponent's cards. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So then once the hands are compared, the bonuses are given out. So if you get 1 point per card. I designed it that way specifically. 1 point per win. How can you? Well, you
can't button smash.
There are no
That's
buttons.
sort of the point. There are no buttons. That was the beauty. That's the what sold me on the concept a long time ago is that it takes the challenge, so to speak, out of the fighting game, so to speak, of having to learn all of these combos and all those button combinations. It simplifies that.
Well,
big time.
I don't want to say it like that, but I'll say it like this.
Yeah, you rephrase that.
Not that it takes the challenge out of it.
No, yeah,
challenge.
definitely.
Not that it takes the challenge out of it. Because that's the fun part.
I meant the challenge part of like the execution.
Right.
Challenge,
No,
yes.
but what it does is that it makes everything transparent.
Yeah.
That's what it does. Is that you
For
can
sure.
see exactly what you're doing on your card.
Right. But then, okay, sir. After each player's played their 5 hands, then what happens?
Well, whoever gets to a particular predetermined point value wins. Whoever lands the most hits gets combos and this and the other. Now, why did I go with a win condition or points over just HP? Or whoever loses the most life.
Yeah.
Whoever.
And that's again, this is just a single hand we're talking about here.
Right.
We're playing 5 cards. It's not the whole match.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is that I want the players to really sort of think about the order of the cards that they're playing, right? Like the order of the moves that you would throw out in a fighting game. So what I did was that I figured having a score system that gave you sort of compound points for thinking ahead and making good reads is the best way to encourage players to think ahead and
I don't
make
think we
good
talked about
reads.
earlier, but the order that you put your 5 cards in is the order that they compare match up with you. So that's
Exactly.
a very big factor of the skill of the game.
Very similar to the order and
Fighting
whatever.
games.
Well, the order of whatever moves you do in a fighting
exactly,
game.
yeah.
Like if you're gonna do a punch first, you're gonna do a special move first, you're gonna do something,
Yeah.
So it's very
So the metagame's still there, the fighting game,
Right, and I think that's the most important part. Personally,
Yeah, me too.
Metagames.
Metagame's definitely the most important.
That's definitely the most important part.
I really need a selfie stick to get about this.
Right. And
Fucking.
my knee looks fucking huge in this shot.
There we go. I'm cleaning this up. No. It's not my fault. It's Periscope's fault for shooting vertically and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, but it's not my fault.
No, but
hey, Dev, fix that.
Wink.
Yeah, right.
No, but basically, that's the entire idea. I love fighting games, and I want to, I want to do something for them. You know what I mean? I want other people to love them. I want other people to get into them, and I think this is a really cool thing. Now, graphical interface. This is the cool part.
Yeah. Talk about what happens after the
graphical
cards are played.
So if I play my 5 cards, you play your 5 cards. What I want to do is that I want to make animations that sort of act out what just happened on your cards.
Yeah, because there'll be a stage on a board, and you'll have your character. We have characters designed already, concepts and stuff. But I'll let you explain this.
That'll be coming next.
Yeah.
So it literally becomes this interesting sort of choreographed fight scene that you've created between you and your opponent with the cards.
Yeah.
And that's the coolest part. So you play them out, you see what happens, and it's almost like seriously, if you can imagine like some type of anime fight like from Bleach or from hand-to-hand combat from like Cowboy Bebop or something like that.
Yeah, we definitely have that kind of style.
Right. So that's what that is the basic idea, and that's the basic concept behind this entire thing, and that's one of the reasons why, like I said, we've been broadcasting with fighting games. It's something that I love. I love the what are you going to do next? What do I think he thinks I'm going to do next?
Right. Yeah. That's the metagame, though.
Right.
Like I said, I love fighting games, but I suck at the execution of the combos. But I love the metagame, which is why I love this concept. That's why I've been involved in the project from day one.
Right. It literally exposes the chess game behind every fighting game you've ever seen. Because a lot of people, when they look, they're like, how the hell did you win? I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what I did right. I don't know what he's doing wrong, what he's doing right. Well, this makes it completely transparent.
Yep.
And that is, I think, what's special about it.
Yeah, if you like fighting games, if you're big into them, and if you are really good at them, you'll enjoy this game. If you like fighting games and you suck at them, you'll love this game for that reason. And if you're into card games, you'll like that too. It's the best of all those worlds combined.
And if you're into fighting games and you can't get your
hey, thanks for the share, buddy. You share it on Twitter, so share the podcast out.
You gotta share it. Yeah. And if you're into fighting games and you can't get your girlfriend to play them, you can't get your friends to play them. Right. You can't get them to play them, and you're like, well, let me teach you how to play these games.
Yes.
This will be a little. This is like gonna be like I don't want to say kiddie pool, but it's funny.
No, it's definitely, it's just, I would say it's comparable to Smash Brothers. In fact, you can pick it up as a casual gamer or non-gamer even, but it's deep enough to where if you're a fighting game expert, you'll be great.
There's something there for you.
Yes,
there's something there for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I know a lot of people. A lot of people will get mad if I call Smash Brothers a fighting game. There's some people, it's not a real fighting game.
Bullshit. It's huge on the pro scene. It's been huge on the pro scene for
years, since Melee. Since Melee. But there's still some people out there. Still some people out there who would literally say, "Well, it's not a fighting game."
Right. Now we can just do
anything with that much depth, anything where it's like, well, I can dodge this, I can set this up, I can do that. I'm sorry, it's a fighting game. I mean, and it's fun. Just because you can play it, just because you can come at it from a real casual point of view does not mean that there's not depth there. Yeah. And I think that's something in the fighting game community that we really that kind of needs to be addressed. Is you think there is a difference between something being easily accessible and understood and something being easy to do.
Right.
And right now, fighting games are neither. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. All
right, so...
Right. So people don't know what they're doing wrong.
Yeah, I think that was a very long, elaborate pitch, which is fine. But now that we got people that might have joined the stream late, and this is a Q&A, if anyone's got any questions about this game, this in development, feel free to ask, and we'll answer anything now.
Right now, I'm designing it, and I'm designing the game systems. I'm designing characters, and I'm animating them.
Right,
literally,
we'll also have other stuff that's tied into the series. There'll be a storyline because I'm one of the head writers on that. I mean, you and your wife are writing the story Bible. For me to go and then write a bunch of other shit. There'll be a comic book series tied into it as well. I already have a deal in place for that. That's going to be awesome. I think as far as we're going to expand it, there'll be story in the game, but there'll be side story. You can find out characters' origins and shit like that in the comic books. Right. So if you want to learn more about the world, that will be comic books that will be released online digitally for that too. So, and we may even do something like, I just thought just now, what if we added something in the game where people can unlock those rewards for doing certain things?
That's all old school fighting game stuff. That's Reptile.
I just thought of that just now.
You know what I mean? That's the EGM Shenlong.
Well, not just characters. I'm talking like our extra content, like the comics.
Right.
Like it'd be hard, like it should be something like hard to do, because that's probably something we'll have be ad support for us income wise.
That's getting a little bit too far into it.
I know.
We just want to try to get the game out.
I literally had an idea just now. I had to spit it out on stream, but whatever.
Boom. That's what happens.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have two guys that go sit in a room together. A lot of ideas happen.
So for the people who are new, I know we got more viewers now. That's actually pretty exciting. People who are new, I'm taking fighting games. I'm pulling the metagame out, and I'm making a card game of sorts.
Yeah, we have rough prototype.
Right, this is the paper prototype. I put these.
They're really cheap paper prototype because they're literally just one letter.
Literally, it's like one letter.
They're gonna look way better in game. Trust me, they're gonna look amazing in game. But let's see. Trying to think what else we could talk about. Cause, I mean, like I said, if people joining the stream late didn't hear us really pitch the whole thing. If you have questions about what Super Card Fighter is, or some of the gameplay mechanics, or anything about it, feel free to ask. That's why we're doing the Q&A.
Right.
But I figure if no one asks questions, they'll fucking still explain it and kind of announce it publicly. Cause it's been internal just between Deviant and the company for a while.
I just couldn't figure out sort of how to do it. And Doug here, he was like, we should just... Yeah,
it was just a shared Periscope thing.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for that, Shaunus.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh yeah. By the way, you missed last night on the stream when He actually did
take his shirt off.
You wanted to take his shirt off. I said on Soul Calibur, we're playing Soul Calibur 5. I said if I lose this match, I'll take off my shirt. I was only wearing my t-shirt then. Like, I'll take off my shirt. I lost. I did. And then you made the same bet. You lost. I'm like, you take your shirt off too. So you missed that, Sean.
You're talking about everybody getting naked and stuff. Everybody was getting naked. It was
Go watch the replay of that Periscope, because we do get you get some male titties in there. Some very thin, some very thin, pale white ones, and some chunkier black ones. Yeah. But you got some awesome tattoos, though. I don't got any cool chest tattoos. All mine are on my arms and shit.
What'd you say?
Oh, screenshots.
It's all on video. You can literally, it's replay. Seriously, that's what happened.
It's on my Twitter feed, which, like I said, I apologize that our first little Deviantware public PR stuff went on my Twitter feed, but we just haven't made the public put the account together yet. Well, no, we have the account, we haven't publicly launched it yet. So just to let you guys know, don't try and steal the name. We already own it. So
no, see what it is. Is that I consider myself a pretty smart guy, but when it comes to when it comes to I don't know, all the workings of things, I might get really obsessed over. I guess a lot of game designers probably have to be like that.
I would imagine. Well,
right.
as a filmmaker, I clearly have to be very obsessed with whatever project I'm working on, or I wouldn't be doing it.
Right, exactly. So it's easy for me to get real, tunnel vision and to not do things like this because I'm like I don't have any time. I gotta design the game. I don't have any time. I gotta animate.
As I explained to you, this is kind of part of the nowadays. Like it or not, this is part of the job. Is this stuff, but I like doing this stuff. I love filming anything. So
I mean, I already have some character concepts and that type of stuff, and fully colored and that type of stuff. Be gentle. I'm new at the whole art thing.
They started 2 years ago, roughly.
Right. I mean, I always drew.
You taught yourself to draw,
right? I taught myself how to draw on the tablet, and I was trying to, because that's one of the things in indie game development is that you have to work with what you got, and you can't necessarily pay everybody all the time.
And not to sidetrack from Supercard Fire, which is the main subject here,
right.
But just to let people know, this guy's no slouch, like, first-time indie game dev. You've been doing this shit for 10 years, and there was a game, I won't say the title of it, that would have gotten published and been on Xbox 360 Arcade, but Microsoft...
all of the different, all the internal stuff over there with the XNA project and, and indie developers. I mean, they're getting better now.
Yeah, they're better now.
I said a lot of bad stuff about the Xbox One last night, and I meant it, but...
it's all true.
It's all true stuff.
I own one. It's true.
Right. But no, it's all true stuff, but what the long and short of it is that back then it was more of a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess to get stuff on the Xbox Live Arcade and the 360. Yeah, but now they're much better. I'm not even, so don't get the wrong idea.
That was a really cool game. I think it was almost completely finished, wasn't it? It was, I won't give the name away because they'll probably still make it, but it was a three-dimensional puzzle game.
Yeah, like puzzle coordination.
I'll put it that way.
Exactly.
Without describing much more than that, because we're probably still going to make that game one day.
It'll definitely come out one day, but we have to recode it like 4 times.
Let's go back to Supercard Fire, right?
Right, going back to Supercard Fire.
I just wanted to give you some... I wanted to make sure people knew that you ain't just some new indie game dev out of nowhere. Like, you've been doing this shit for 10 plus years.
You know what it is, too, is that it's doing and learning at the same time. It's very hard. Yeah. So anybody who's out there who's a game dev, an indie game dev, you know exactly what I mean. The whole doing and learning.
Anyone who's any kind of indie guy, indie comic guy, indie film guy like myself, I'm also indie game dev now. I'm on the team for this.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things like if there's a piece of software or solution out there that's already there that it's likely you don't have the money for.
Well, yes, but hey, and I discourage you guys from pirating stuff, but you can.
There's no such thing as indie porn. There's only amateur porn. You know this.
Yeah. Indie porn.
I mean, wait. That's not a real bit.
Although, hey, I mean, this is off on a tangent here. No, this is gonna sound worse. This is a little tangent here, but. Personally, like, when I'm watching porn, I'd rather watch amateur porn, like actual people fucking, than like porn stars, kind of like, because that to me is more erotic, interesting, because it's real. It's real.
Do you know what's really interesting? Yeah. This is a little bit of a tangent, okay?
Yeah,
so stick with us.
We're off on a tangent. But
stick with us, right?
I like Shauna likes it, so it's all good. We'll get back to Supercard. We'll get back to Supercard.
Shauna likes it.
Yeah, we'll get back to Supercard Fighter in 1 second.
Okay, wait. Yeah. So this is interesting, right?
Yeah.
That phenomenon exists in games and in movies as well.
What phenomenon?
The phenomenon when you said I'd rather watch amateur porn, right? Like, people would rather feel like they have a relationship with their game dev.
Oh, yeah.
Or that, you know what I mean? Like they don't want to feel like there's a prepackaged type of thing that, they just hand it out to everyone.
Yeah, well, on a similar note, shout out to Joe Gallagher, head of Ravenfish Studios, upstart indie comic publisher. Website's not even live yet. Got some great stuff in the works. One of my books is going to be published by them, but no, we've talked a lot. We did an internal podcast, like a beta type that won't ever get released till it'll be a documentary that we're making about the company. But he brought up a good point. He does not like mainstream comic books. He only reads indie shit,
and it's because you don't have to. I don't know. You don't have to appease.
Yeah. Well, just the reason podcasting exploded in the last couple years is because there's no gatekeepers.
Right.
You can do whatever you want, and no one can tell you, no, you can't do that, or no one wants to hear about this shit, because that's the beauty of the internet, is you can find a corner of the internet where whatever you're into, you'll find other cats who dig your shit, too.
Exactly. I mean, and shout out to Shauna, she's actually in the chat. No, because she actually is a comic book writer and in the indie space.
Yeah, we've had discussions about this. I think me and Shauna will probably have some other discussions about other writing projects.
Right, definitely, because, like, she's awesome.
Yeah, well.
Mwah.
Yeah.
So, I was going to show you guys some of the character concepts. Hold on.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'll try and fill some dead air. What else, guys? Well, yeah, like I said, anyone that joined the stream late, if you have any questions about what Super Card Fighter is, if the title isn't obvious enough, that's the working title. But again, fighting game meets card game, or really recreating a fighting game. in the style of a card game. You get 8 cards in your hand. You play 5 at a time based on their order. Fuck, I'm not going to explain the whole thing. If you have questions, ask them. It's a Q&A, people.
Right.
So use the chat, like Shauna does. She ain't asking questions, she's just commenting. Because I think she already knows.
She's already heard this.
Yeah, she already knows all about this shit, yeah.
A 1,000 times.
This is for people that don't know anything about the game, and like this is the first time we're actually publicly even talking about it, so.
Right, it's been a minute. Literally, like a 60 bajillion times she's probably heard it.
Probably.
Because I don't stop talking about it.
Yeah. I talk about it quite a bit too, vaguely to people, because to ask when I'm working on it, I'm like, well, I'm working on this, and I talk about it a little bit. I actually just did a impromptu interview yesterday with a journalist whose name escapes me at the moment. You can find him on Twitter, though, at JonCasts. No H, just Jon Casts. Oh, really? Is it giving me a system update on my phone? I mean, it's not fucking the stream up, but it's fucking my camera up.
Oh, no, it's just... Okay, wait. Cancel. Cancel the update.
There we go.
Okay, update is canceled. Okay, then where are my photos?
Samsung almost fucked us right there.
Right.
Would have killed the stream.
Oh, no, that's a different set of photos. I need these for the...
He's fine. He's pulling up some of the concept art right now for the game. See, are there boob windows on characters?
So far we don't have any characters with boobs yet.
Boob windows, though.
But we will put boob windows on characters that have boobs.
It's very much influenced by Asian style fighting games like DOA, like Street Fighter. So yeah, you can expect there'll be some of that going on. We've only designed a handful of characters so far. I've got concepts for stuff that needs to be drawn up, and I gotta send over to him.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's some basic concept art. One of our characters who's kind of a pompous ass, and he is constantly trying to outdo his brother because he doesn't necessarily like his brother. His name is Ha. And what's funny is that everyone is like, okay, well, why'd you choose that name? Well, it's the cutting edge of a sword.
Yeah.
Right? And
for those that don't know.
Right. So we want him to be really sharp, really sort of porcupine-y in terms of his personality. Yeah. We want him to be kind of an asshole, like he never smiles.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, on that note, though, while you're pulling the concept, talk a little bit about, not the story per se, but like the universe the story takes place in. Because you pitched it to me.
Well, so what I want...
a quick rundown.
Right. So
while you show this off, you can talk about that too.
So this is Ha and his brother Boken. Right, and if anybody out there, you like anime and stuff, so
you'll know the name Boken.
It's a practice sword. So Boken, he is he's a lovable character. I think that he's special. But what it is that we wanted to be sort of more inclusive with our characters, and we wanted to give them a little bit more depth. So Boken actually, Boken's kind of socially odd. He's kind of like almost like autistic,
right?
But he sort of expresses himself through kung fu,
right?
But he doesn't want. Like, he wouldn't want to hurt anyone or kill anybody. He's kind of the polar opposite of Ha, where Ha is like,
exactly, yeah.
I would want to use my whatever to.
But what I asked is, give us a quick pitch of like what the universe. Here's
the universe. Here's the storyline. The storyline is that
the universe
really happens. Happens. I sort of call it like Kung Fu High School. Is how I pitch the story.
That's a good top pitch for like this
right.
setting.
Just elevator pitch.
Not really universe setting. We're not going to go into story details obviously right now. But we're just going to try and give you guys a general feel of what the universe of the game is like, so you know a little about the characters and shit.
So the long and short of it is that you have these teenagers. They're sort of in a fighting tournament type of thing, but they're in these different schools that represent different styles of fighting, like boxing or kung fu, or even jeet kune do or taekwondo.
We've got a couple things on the table.
Right.
Why don't I reveal all of them for you?
And
guys.
So then we have that mixed with some teenage angst and them clicking up. So like all the boxing kids want to deal with the boxing kids, and all the kung fu kids, and then the boxing kids don't like the kung fu kids. Like, what the hell are you doing? You're over there kicking. You don't kick in a fight.
Kind of West Side Story style.
Right. West Side Story except with kung fu and right. West Side Story and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Right.
Meets a little bit of Dawson's Creek.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah.
It's because that's a very interesting time in life where you're trying to find your place. You're trying to find who you are. So we thought there would be tons of like great and funny, awesome, and interesting situations.
There's
in that particular setting.
Yeah, that's just the universe. There'll be a story there and everything else. Sean, sure to get on Twitter.
Yay! So that's really sort of how it's that's really sort of where we're going for the jumping off point of the story.
Yeah, that's just I just want to give people a general feel for the universe. They understand the concept art, at least
Right. So everyone is, so their lives are centered around, basically sort of hand-to-hand combat, and trying to sort of better themselves in that particular way. But of course, when you put yourself in that type of situation where it's like, well, I am this is what I do, you inevitably end up with some role strain.
Yeah.
You inevitably end up with, well, I'm also a human, or I'm also this, or I'm also that. And I think that's going to really sort of be interesting, because even within the group. So, like I told you, Boken and Ha, but there's going to be tension between those two, because
they're brothers and shit.
They're brothers, and Boken's like, well, I just want to sort of forward my kung fu and sort of and love everything, and
that's the tip of the iceberg. There's going to be a lot more characters in the game. I've got a couple of concepts I still got to throw his way to go over and design and everything else. But
I got some cool concepts that I want to express. Like one of them, I kind of want to break the mold. A lot of these characters, even though it's still that style. So one of the things that one of the characters I'm exploring is a female character who does drunken kung fu. She's kind of older, kind of like I don't know, like a MILF or a cougar.
Definitely drunken master influence.
Right, but drunken master
but
influence.
A female take on that.
Right, because I haven't really seen that.
It's not a feminist or a political thing.
Right.
It's just I haven't seen it actually. Slightly off topic, someone brought up the other day, actually, Sylvester McCoy used to play Doctor Who, or the Doctor in Doctor Who.
Right.
Who's the, seventh Doctor, sorry. I'm a Whovian, I should know this off the top of my head. No. Sylvester McCoy said the other day in an interview that he didn't think it was ever appropriate for there to be a female Doctor because it's a male character, like he compared it to James Bond, which immediately, my mind just went, I want to see a female take on James Bond.
Right.
Jamie Bond, fuck it. Yeah, Again, not feminism, not politics, because it's different.
I want to experience something different.
Yes, it's something new and different.
So, I want to experience something different. I want it. So, this character, and she's kind of like kind of provocative and kind of a little raunchy, but at the same time. It's like I said, something I haven't seen before. I've seen Chun-Li, Virtual Fighter, seen Brad Wong, DOA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even seen a couple of characters. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anybody out there who loves SNK, because I'm not as familiar with SNK. I should be. I even have King of Fighters 13 on my computer. I should be. I'm going to play it.
You've played pretty much every other fighter game ever made. Ever.
I'm just not as familiar with
we
them.
played fucking Karate Champ on stream yesterday, which people loved. Especially in Brazil. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Brazil for loving the Karate Champ, showing Karate Champ some love. But no, so I've seen that before, but I kind of want to see this now. I kind of want to see, an older lady, and what I mean by older is that more mature. She's going to be sort of one of the instructors.
Yeah. One of the characters I haven't sent you the sketch for yet is also one of the instructors.
Right.
I gotta send you over the character concept for that so you can sketch it out.
Oh, definitely. So things I haven't seen before. One of the things that I want to see, one of the other characters that we'll talk about real briefly, is the over-dedicated disciple. Okay. You have your Ryu character or Rock Lee, if you will, or something, right? But I wanted to put a twist on it, right? So our over-dedicated disciple is kind of an idiot. So think skills of Ryu and the sort of intelligent temperament of Goku.
Yeah, I was about to go
Right. So so he doesn't really know about really complex stuff. Everything is honor and whatever. But he ends up getting taken advantage of a lot because he sees everything in a black and white fashion.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be like comedy gold. It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, that's right up. I'm gonna love writing that stuff.
Right. Where it's like oh well, this person stole my lunch money. Oh, that's dishonorable. Then all of a sudden he gets into a stupid fight about.
Although I've coined a catchphrase for myself personally as of late, and this will apply to this. It's my feeling. Quantum physics is easy. Comedy's hard.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's true. You really
I can tell you all plenty of quantum mechanical shit and explain it very easily understandable, but comedy writing is hard.
Right. Most definitely.
Yeah.
So
anyone who does comedy knows that, so
one time I tried to be funny. Like I tried to write some funny shit down. It wasn't that funny.
Yeah, but you don't have to try and be funny, sir. You're naturally funny anyway.
But trying to say, I'm gonna be funny right now, that shit doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
Right, this shit does not work.
It's harder than it looks.
Right. It's almost
anyone who's done it knows. So,
right.
Especially anyone who's done any open mic night, any stand up, any improv comedy. They definitely know. I've done that. I know it's hard, but I've also written film scripts too. But
All right. So what?
We gotta look at time.
Okay. All right. So I do have some place to be.
Yep.
So because I don't want to get what did you say? I want to get dick punched in my balls. So I got to be someplace at 2.
Did you ever see my video of that Titanfall dick punch? The Titan dick punch?
No.
I'll have to send you a link to that. It was funny.
No. So I don't want to get dick punched in my balls. So we're gonna cut this short for right now.
Well, we did like a half hour plus Q&A.
Right. you know, questions, comments, concerns, all that stuff. We're going to have all that stuff set up. Doug's going to do that because I can't pay attention to it, and he's really good at that. I'm not good at that. He's good at that.
Well, I'm doing a lot of writing for game, and I'm doing probably a lot. I'll help run the PR stuff, although...
No, not shanked in the eye. I like this eye.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be doing a lot of the PR stuff, but it won't just be me, because I'll definitely have this man be sending out some of the tweets, because he'll write funnier shit than me out of randomness. That'll take me all day to come up with something funny.
But questions, messages, everything. We're going to answer everything right now.
Don't worry. I will tweet out, if you follow my account, if you're following the Periscope, you probably know what it is. You can look it up on my profile on Periscope if you can't have that. It's Doug, at Doug2Miller, number 2 in the middle. I will tweet out the official Deviantware social media stuff later today.
All right, guys. Bye!
All right.